Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in, liking, subscribing, and all of the good stuff. So this video is going to be about what they don't tell you about being an adult. And I know it's crazy, right? You go into the world and then you think, what am I doing? Like, what really am I doing? Because I don't know anything, to do and how to go about life. And I wish we actually told me a few of these things. So I'm here to help you. I always got you guys. So let's get straight into the video. So the first thing, which I think is the most important, is to actually think about your debt. So nobody really talks about it that much, or when you actually start, or when you're actually independent, that's when you realize that, okay, I should have been thinking about this a long time ago and I should have been paying off a few things. And I know in some cultural groups, I guess, being Nigerian, most of the time we don't have as much debt because our parents pay our school fees and stuff, which I'm forever grateful for. But in some situations where you have student loans, you have credit card payments to make, and all these things, you have to start thinking about that really early and start saving so you're able to pay that off as soon as possible, because that is going to weigh a lot on you if you still have that and you're still trying to do other things in life, if that makes any sense. My second thing would be you should update your resume very often, and this is very essential, because sometimes you tend to forget the stuff you've done, and you tend to forget some skills that you've acquired. And even when it's time for you to put that, and then you're oh, I did this last year, or I did this a few months ago, I don't remember what date it was, I don't remember. So I think that whenever you do something that you think should be on your resume, you should update that regularly. The third thing I wish people talk about a lot is for you to learn how to prioritize, so you know how to prioritize. And this is very important, because if you don't know how to prioritize, there are going to be a lot of mistakes that's going to happen. There are going to be a lot of things that you need to do that you wouldn't know, okay, I would allocate this time to this, or I would put this first. And you won't be able to realize, there's certain things that they're more important than the others. So this is something that you need to start learning now, as you're 16, 17, whatever age you are. Start learning how to prioritize, because it's going to help you a lot when you're much older. The fourth thing that nobody tells you about being an adult is that you'd have to make friends with strangers, total strangers. And when I say that, I mean networking. And networking is very important. And this is something that I completely struggle with. I just find it really hard to just go out, or just go out of my comfort zone just to go to places and start talking to people. And I'm trying to learn more, and it's so hard. Oh my god, you guys don't understand how hard it is, but it's really, really important, because I've seen some people and I've seen how the benefits of networking has helped them. If you met this person at this place and this person has skills in this, or has a business in this, it's better for you to have their contact details. So one day you might need that expertise, or you might need someone's help in something, and you can remember, oh, I met this guy, this thing, let me hit him up. But you keep in contact with people, because it's going to be very time. You don't know who is going to be who in the future. The fifth thing is that the most valuable currency of all, everything is time. Of all time is time. That's what I should have said. Of all time is time. Time is very, very valuable, and time goes so fast. And I don't want to be cliche and be time waits for no man, but time really doesn't wait for anyone. If you have a goal, if you have something to do, you have to be very conscious of time. If you need to be doing something, don't just wallow around and sit down and waste time, because you're not going to be able to get that time back. And when you're an adult, you need as much time as possible to do as many things that you need to do, as many tasks as possible as you can do to get you to where you want to be. The sixth thing is that only you can help yourself. And that means that sometimes, let me just say sometimes, only you can help yourself. And some people get really comfortable with the fact that they know that their parents are there, or they know that they have a friend that they can always count on. And which is fine, though. You have those people who would always be there for you. But what you need to understand, that there's going to be some times where it's only you that can actually help yourself. So you need to learn how to be very reliable on yourself, if that makes sense. You need to be able to count on yourself a lot and do things by yourself. The next thing is that drinking is overrated, and I know some people are going to be but to be honest, it is. I mean, you're in college or university and you're having fun and you're drinking and whatever. Or before that, that's what you really want to do, because I can't wait until I'm 21, I can't wait until I'm 18, depending on where you are, to drink. But really, you're going to go through that whole period and you're going to realize that it's actually overrated, because you're going to wake up in the morning and you're going to feel like crap. And trust me, the older you get, the harder it is to recover. Let's put it that way. The eighth thing I'm going to tell you guys that, you know, they don't tell you when you're young. They don't tell you when you're young is that you can actually lead with or without a title. So some people actually have the mindset that for you to lead, you have to be like, oh, I have to be the vice president of this society, or I have to be like the president of this, or I have to be like the manager, or I have to be this. But leadership doesn't necessarily have to do with a title. You can lead in your own like small group. You can lead with every step you take in life. Having this leadership, you know, attributes and stuff that you can, you know, show to the world and help people at is actually, it's really important, and you don't have to feel like because you don't have a title you can be a leader. The ninth thing they don't tell you about being an adult is that you're going to have to deal with a lot of yes, a lot of them, a lot and a lot and a lot. And you need to learn how to have your cool. It's not everything that anybody does that needs a reaction. And that's something they don't tell you, but it's something you have to develop on yourself and realize that, okay, at this stage in my life as an adult, like I can't always react to things as I would when I was younger, when I was a child, because, you know, you don't know the repercussions. So that's something that you need to have behind your mind or behind your head every single time like you go out and you do anything. The next thing would be credits. And, you know, I've always heard about credit before, but it's never had like that much importance to me now as it did then. And I feel like all these things, like instead of you making us learn about, I don't know, shorthand in high school, or like, you know, irrelevant things that I'm probably never, like I have not used whatsoever. Teach us, like have a course in school on things that are actually beneficial, like taxes, your credits, or whatever, because we're going to need to know that now. And it's not something that they tell you. It's like, okay, I've been thrown into the deep end and now I'm trying to, you know, understand what the hell taxes are, or understand like, okay, I need to build up my credits, because if I don't have that, I'm not going to be able to get a house, or you know, I wouldn't be given like a good mortgage, or, you know, there's so many things to think about. And this is when I need to start thinking about those things, because I definitely want to have a house and I definitely want to get a nice car and things like that. And without a good credit, it's going to be hard for you. Even like renting an apartment in America, in other places, I don't know about other places, but in America, it's really hard to, you know, get that if you don't have a good credit, and if you don't have a guarantor, you would not get a nice place except you go on like Craigslist or whatever. But all in all, it's very important for you to build up your credits, for you to have, you know, a good financial slate, and, you know, be punctual in doing like your taxes and everything that you need to do. This is something that everyone needs to have behind their back. The next thing I will tell you guys about is patience is a virtue. And if you don't take anything I've said so far, just take this one. It's always good to be patient. Like, that is something that's really important, because you don't really know the background of people. You don't really know what they've been through that day. You don't really know what anyone is going through. You don't really know like their attitude. So if someone is wasting your time, like, or if someone is doing something that's not as fast as you want them to do, it's always good to be patient with the person, because you really don't know why that is happening. I don't know what else to say, but like, it's just something that everyone should learn how to be, and it's something that they don't tell you, because you're going to get frustrated. You're going to be frustrated if you don't have that attitude. And the last and final thing that they did not tell you about being an adult is that you would have less free time. I always thought that when I was younger that I'm going to have so much time, I'm going to be able to do whatever I wanted to do. I always used to complain, oh, I have homework, or I have to do this, or I have to do this, or I have to do this. I can't wait to be an adult, so like no one can tell me what to do and I'm free. It's a lie. Just enjoy the free time you have now, because you're not going to have free time. You're going to be at work, you're going to be taking class, you're going to be doing like stuff that are really important, and you will not have as much free time. And the little free time that you have maybe on the weekends, if you don't work weekends, is you don't want to use the time to actually relax. So when I'm not doing what I need to do, I'm in bed just chilling and relaxing. I'm probably watching a movie, because I don't really want to go out because I'm tired. So that's something that they don't tell you about. Like, you're not going to have as much free time. So enjoy that free time now, because you're going to be, you know, on it and on it and on it. So I hope this video was really helpful to someone out there, and I hope these tips, or, you know, what I mentioned would help someone for the future and help someone right now to, you know, learn and also to implement in their lives. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Please share, like, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.